Hello, my name is David Webb, and this is a video for Dweebovision. I am a Scrabble grandmaster, and in this video I am going to play Scrabble while providing in-game commentary on my moves. Hopefully this will help to improve your game, and be fun to watch. The game has just started, so let's join the action. It's my opponent to go first. I have a balanced rack. Through an N I would have 2 penny. I can't see a 7-letter bingo on my rack. And I don't have an N provided, just the I as a meaningful floater. And there isn't a bingo through that. So I'm really looking to play off my non-bingo-y tiles, which are the W and the Y. And well, I can do that with win down here. It doesn't give too much away. It would be nice to play off the O as well. But I can't see a good way of doing that. I don't want to sacrifice score to get rid of the O. I'm wondering about playing Powny, P-O-W-N-Y. I'm not 100% sure of that. Yeah, that was the danger of keeping an equal number of vowels and consonants. It's the risk of having a vowel preponderance. If you keep a predominance of consonants, you're a little bit protected against that. Now I do have the out prefix and the OUS suffix. But I can't see a 7-letter bingo with this rack. But the board isn't particularly open. Win was quite a blocky move. Now I do have the U for going underneath the Q, so I could play Quop. That would leave E-O-S-T. That's not a bad leave. Column 8 is available for 6-letter words ending in an O, but I don't have any of those. Win takes a D, an N and an S after it, so I mentioned that for future reference. Now my priority is to play off an O and a U. Actually playing off just an O and a U, leaving poets, would be a pretty good leave, but just playing off O and U is unlikely to score very much. Except I could do that in column 10, making woe and U. That's worth considering. 16 points. So the same number of points as Quop, so actually OU is a better play. And the poet's rack leave has the consonant predominance I was talking about earlier. Ooh, well the OU spot has been taken. Good bingo for my opponent. Plenty of floaters, but are any of them ones I can use? Yes, there is. Porteous is good. Fantastic. Porteous. I'm going to put this down and then pause to see if I have a better bingo. This is pretty good. It opens up triple word squares, but what's good is that it's opening up more than one triple word square. If I open up just one, my opponent has first go at it. If I open up more than one, then there's always going to be one available for me. Now, do I have something better? Porteous is 70 points. Now, there's an anagram of that, which is out ropes. I think that's got to be better. It scores more. No, it doesn't score more. And it still provides access to 2 triple word squares, but in a less easy way for my opponent. I'm not opening up a 9-timer. Now, outrope 70 points. Do I have anything through the G, which is a double row K? Nope, I don't think I do. I think this is the best I can do. And this isn't a great rack. I have plenty of high-scoring tiles, so the F, the J, and the Y, but I've only got one vowel. But having one vowel is a whole lot better than having no vowels. I'm looking at the triple word squares to see if I can take advantage of them, having said that one of them would be available for me. Neither of them looks great. But that's partly because I just do not have a great rack. I have the word joy, but nowhere to play it, and in any event, that leaves me with 4 consonants, including the F. Now I'm looking at the I of stagia and the E of outropes. I note that jaunty is good as a 5-letter word. And jaunty actually plays in row M, jaunty and yo. That's pretty good. Rack leave of DF isn't great. Good, the jaunty spot remains available. Good play by my opponent, 44 points. So this is what I'm looking at. £47 points, which is a great score. Clears out the clunkiness of the rack. Doesn't leave me with 4 consonants or 3 consonants, just the 2, which maximises or provides a greater opportunity of drawing a vowel than either of the alternatives I've just mentioned. Yeah, that's fine. Great. I now have a more balanced rack. Can't see a bingo with this rack. It should be fairly straightforward to resolve. Great play by my opponent, 53 points. He goes into a 52-point lead. Now, I've got fad across here. But the rack leave is bad, and I'm providing an easy opportunity for my opponent to score in row O. So, what would be better? I suppose def would be better. Scoring more and using up 1 more vowel. IDO, not a great lead. That's 30 points. Now, what I also have got to consider is row I. I do now have an I for going underneath the Q. And I mentioned earlier that win takes a D after it. Okay, well the T of stagia obstructs that. I'm looking around to see if there are any other great spots, and I can't see any. Wow, a blank, fantastic. Can I bingo? It's not a superb rack. I don't have an A or an E. So I think I'm going to have to consider what the blank might be. Great, only 30 points for my opponent. But he hasn't opened up an additional bingo lane or provided any more floaters, which is a shame. Ah, now what about Auglied through the G of stagia? Wow. Okay, I was going through the motions here. I wasn't particularly optimistic about finding a bingo, but I think Auglied is good. Yeah, think it is. Now, should I carry on looking for another bingo? I think, well, probably. I'm not seeing anything. So Owgleed's the only one I've seen so far. Great, let's get it down. This should bring me back into contention. Owgleed for 74 points. And I draw dinners and endrins. Do they play? Well, yes. Look at that. Row J, dinners and so. Fantastic. And the D of Owgleed is likely to attract my opponent to column 15. And if he isn't, if he blocks dinners, then I've got Synod through the E of Owgleed, so I should be bingoing. Great, well, 51 points for my opponent, not so great for me, but I can bingo. And this is going to give me a small lead. Now, only 66 points. I would get more if I played through the L of Owgleed, but I can't see a bingo through that, and I can't see anywhere else worth considering. Wow, look at that. That's pretty good. Acators, nowhere to play that at the moment. Caterans, that plays in... Oh, fantastic. Look at this. I have got a double-double. Caterans in column 5. Fabulous. I'll pause briefly because I have not looked for a better bingo, as one should. But I'm not sure I need to pause because this is a double-double. There are no triple-triples available. Therefore, this has got to be the best lane. Nothing can score more than this. Yep, and I haven't got any vowels next to premium squares. This is good to go. Now, my run of bingos ends. I've had 3 on the trot. I now have 3 O's. But I have an 87-point lead. So I really want to keep scoring and hope my opponent doesn't bingo straight away. There is still a blank out there, and there are floaters available. Now I can play OW at H1. 34 points, that's pretty good. It's not a great rack lead, but I'm looking to keep the scoring going with 30 or more points each go. If I can do that, I may be able to outrun a bingo. Okay, the spot I was looking at has gone. So what else is there? I don't have a play in column 8, 6 had a play ending in O, which is a shame. Now the C of Caterans, can I play through that? Close to Auri come. Well, not particularly close, but it's a nice word. Ooh, this is just not looking great. Ah, look at J14, triple letter square where my W can go. But I don't really want to leave myself with 3 O's. Ah, well, I don't have to. Look at this. 28 points, which is nearly 30 points. Fairly balanced rack leave. Yeah. And I'm obstructing useful floaters. Okay. Ah, colorer and recolor. Yep. Well, I think they're both good. Colorer and recolor. Not sure either of them goes at the moment, but my opponent's behind, so maybe he will open the board up. Now, floaters to consider are the C and the A of Caterans. Can't see anything through the C or the A. And column 12 through the L of Owgleed is still a bingo lane because O does take letters in front, including an L. Yeah, all my opponent's moves are good. He is now 67 points behind. Only 8 tiles left, so it's imperative that I keep scoring. Now, cruel is good, so the advantage of this is that I'm playing off lots of tiles, so it expedites the end of the game, and the grandmaster is good. I'm also increasing the chances of drawing the remaining blank, which is my opponent's best chance of getting a bingo. Yep. I don't draw that blank. There's now only 3 tiles in the bag, but I do have an 89-point lead. And I played off 5 tiles and drew 5 vowels. And they're all 1-pointers on my rack. Great, I can play Owry. Only 16 points for my opponent. There's 1 in the bag. Now, let me just put this down and then consider the score implications. I'm taking out row A as a bingo lane and opening up row B, but that's fine because row B is a lower scoring one. Now, Owry scores 24 points. I've got a 73-point lead. So I'll have a 97-point lead. Yeah, this should survive a bingo even if I draw the K. If I draw the K when my opponent would need 87 to draw, 88 to win. I don't think he's going to do that with only 1 and 2-point tiles. And, well, let's see. Okay. Well, he now does need 87 points. He might get that in column 12. Going through the L of Owgleed, but I don't think he will. Supposing the G was on the double letter square, well, he might. What does he have? Yeah, it's going to be very, very close. If he has a bingo in column 12, front hooking O rather, then he might just do it. I can't see any other bingo lanes. Now, if he doesn't go there, if I get to have another go, I need to look where I can play. I could play teak in row I, teak and koi. 25 points, that's pretty good. I've got eek in row B for 19 points at B8 underneath the E of Owry. Well, I'm intrigued to know if my opponent does have a winning play through the L. We'll find out later. Well, or sooner if he plays it. I've got weak through the W of win, so I can certainly go out with these tiles. But it's important to find the best possible spot for going out. It's good practice because in a real-life tournament, your spread can determine whether you win money or indeed win the tournament. Migrants, okay, that's good. That ends the game. So only 73 points, so it's not enough to win. Click pass to end the game. Great. And the final score, 466 to my opponent, 476 to me. A winning margin of just 10 points. Let's see what I missed. And whether my opponent missed a win. Okay, my opponent went first. Powney was playable for 33 points. Yep, that would have been better than my play of win for 25. 8 points better. And E.T. is not 8 points worse than Poet, so Powney was the better play. Stagia, good start for my opponent. Nice bingo. Here, Outropes and Porteous were the only bingos, and I think Outropes was better. Jonty for 47 at M3, that was my play. Now this was a tricky rack. I played Def for 30, which was the highest scoring play. May not be the best play. Ooh. Oh no, I actually played this. Gosh, I thought I'd missed a bingo, but that's the one I played. Yep, I had a rich vein of tiles in the middle of this game. Dinners and Endrins, the only bingos. And this is where I played Catarans. Wow. Having said I thought it was the highest scoring bingo, I hadn't appreciated it was the only bingo, but it was. And here, Owl for 28. Yep, I think that's best. Rococo at D3. Okay. Only 6 points less. Yeah, Rococo probably pretty level with O. Colour and Cruel. Well, Cruel was my play. And here I played Owry at A4, and that looks best. Now, moment of truth. Did my opponent have a winning play? No, he didn't. Migrant was best, so he had no bingo in column 12. So that was the end of the game. A pretty thrilling game. High scoring, both of us scoring more than 450 points, and a very close finish, a winning margin of just 10 points. There were some nice bingos in that game. It was a nice flow of letters. There were interesting racks to consider on most moves, and I had no nightmare racks, but it also wasn't an easy game to play. So I hope you enjoyed watching that and got something out of it. My name is David Webb, and this has been a video for Dweebovision.